Today is Monday, February 27, 2017, and today we got to talk about the Oscars. Oh yeah, we're talking about the Oscars. It's politically related because of some of the things that happened, some of the things that went on at the actual show. There was a lot going on. I did not really watch the whole thing. I tried to watch it to the best of my ability, but it was very boring. You know, I turned it off for periods of time. I was playing the game. I was just trying to keep myself somewhat engaged so I wouldn't forget to watch the end, because I knew at the end it'd be a controversy one way or the other. And of course I was correct about that. You saw what happened by now. I'm sure you've seen it when Warren Beatty read the wrong movie for movie of the year. I have video of that. I'll play that in a little bit. And also I'll talk about some of the actual awards that were given out. Were the movies that were given these awards worthy of getting those praises, those accolades? I'll talk about that in a little bit as well. And I'll also talk about some of the political commentary at the actual awards. You had Jimmy Kimmel as the host. Pretty dry host. I enjoyed Chris Rock more, even though that was during the whole Oscarssowhite kerfuffle, which has negatively impacted the awards going forward, in my humble opinion. But before we get into all of that, what I want to do right now is roll this video of Warren Beatty messing the whole the coup de grace, the big moment up at the very end where the Best Picture award was to be read. And after we get done with the video, of course, we'll come back and we'll continue our discussion. So without further ado, go ahead and roll it.
For Best Picture.
You're impossible. Come on.
La La Land.
There's a mistake. Moonlight, you guys won Best Picture.
Moonlight won. Come on, this is not a joke.
This is not a joke. I'm afraid they read the wrong thing.
This is not a joke. Moonlight has won Best Picture. Moonlight, Best Picture.
This is very unfortunate what happened. Personally, I blame Steve Harvey for this. Warren, what did you do?
I opened the envelope, and it said, Emma Stone, La La Land. That's why I took such a long look at Faye and at you. I wasn't trying to be funny.
Well, you were funny.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Wow, this is
Moonlight, the Best Picture.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see what's going on there. You see what's happening. You see what happened on stage. Now, this was crazy. It was really crazy. You know, people want to blame Warren Beatty for passing it off to the woman to read. I'm not sure what her name is. I don't know. I don't know all these stars. If you know what the person's name is, let me know in the box, in the comments below. But it was not their fault. It was not a situation like Steve Harvey. See, Steve Harvey, he had the card in his hand and he just read the wrong name on the card. They were given the card that had the wrong name on it. It said Emma Stone, La La Land, but that card was incorrect. I think that was like supporting actress or something like that. It was not the correct card at all. So the accounting firm PricewaterhouseCoopers, which is one of the biggest in the world, very respected, maybe even the most prestigious firm in the world, it was their task to give the correct card, because the way it works is the Academy, they vote, it's in secret, and the only people who know who voted for who outside of the people that voted in the Academy is PricewaterhouseCoopers. They're giving the votes, they tabulate them, then they put them on the envelopes, and then they give them to the people on stage to read. So that was their fault. Now they realized what they did wrong at a certain point, and they came on stage to fix it. And that's when the whole thing was like, oh, well, you guys won. Now I'm watching this live because I knew it would be something. I knew that it would be a controversy some kind of way. So I'm watching it attentively. And I'm looking at the guy on stage who realized that they had lost, and he was in the mic, and he was like, hey, Moonlight, you guys come on here, you won. Now, I thought it was like an Adele moment where she broke the Grammy accidentally or whatever and was saying that, hey, Beyonce, you should have won. I thought it was something like that. I thought he was just trying to virtue signal. But then I could kind of tell by all the activity on stage that it was pretty serious and that he was actually being for real, that they actually won. And then he snatched the card from Warren Beatty, which was hilarious. And then he was like, look, here, you guys won. And then they showed it right on camera. I'm like, how did that happen? I mean, how do you have PricewaterhouseCoopers, one of the most respected and prestigious accounting firms in the planet, to do something like that? I mean, in the most important moment, like the biggest award of the night, you do that. I mean, I thought that was really crazy, but that goes to show you that a lot of these people, a lot of these elitist people can't even get something simple as handing off the correct card during an award show right. So when they want to try to like wax poetic and pontificate towards the average American about what they should and shouldn't be doing when it comes to politics, maybe they should get their own house cleaned up a little bit first and know how to execute very simple tasks. But I digress. Now, let's talk about the actual award itself, and did it actually deserve to go to Moonlight? Now, I've not seen anything in the Oscars that was nominated except for Moonlight. I had no desire to see La La Land or anything else. I've not seen Fences yet. I'm not quite sure if that was nominated for Best Picture, but I've not seen any of the other movies besides Moonlight. Now, I will say this: Moonlight was not really that good. Moonlight was emotional, yes. It can kind of get you in your feels, but it was not a good movie. I don't think. I didn't watch it. I couldn't complete it. You know, I watched it, but I could not like see the whole thing. It was just dragging on. It was way too long. See, the thing about a movie like Get Out, it was pretty long, I suppose. It may have been just as long as Moonlight was, but the thing is, it did not seem like it was long because it was interesting enough and enthralling enough to keep you captivated throughout without feeling like it's dragging along. It wasn't like a sluggish movie. Moonlight was very sluggish. It had subject matter that I wasn't really interested in. The whole gay thing, you know, I didn't really like that too much. I didn't like the gay sex type stuff. And by the way, I was a little triggered when they showed different clips from the movie. When they read off the name, it says Best Picture nominee Moonlight, and then they show little clips, and they showed two of the boys or the dudes kissing on that. I didn't like that too much. You know, I'm feeling like, okay, this is regular TV. I don't think that you should be able to show males kissing. That's just my opinion. I didn't like that too much. And that could be part of the reason why they won, because realistically, the movie was not that good. It was not a terrible movie, but it was not that good of a movie either. It was not something I would go see again. I didn't really want to see it the first time. I just saw it because I wanted to see what people were talking about. I just wanted to, you know, I've been told, you know, watch it, see what's going on with it. I watched it. I didn't like it too much. So I can't really say if the other movies were better because I did not see them. But at the same time, I know that this was not that good of a movie. And if that's the best picture, then the other films that were nominated probably were just pure garbage. That's just my humble opinion. But I think the movie may have gotten higher accolades and may have won because it fits two of the check marks. First, you're in Hollywood, which is overwhelmingly run by gays. Second, you got the whole black movie thing. And that was a whole big problem last year. And I said it last year. It's like, okay, if there's this whole Oscarssowhite kerfuffle, this brouhaha going on, then what's going to happen is next year they're going to overcompensate and they're going to nominate movies and make movies win, and actors and actresses win, directors and everything else. They're going to win not so much because of their craft being good, of their actual product that they produce being good. What it's going to be is because of their identity. So now you're playing identity politics with awards. If that's going on, then what do the awards really mean? They don't really mean that much. And people are so covetous of an Oscar award. What does an Oscar award really mean? How can that really improve your life? Why is that so important? I don't think it's really that important. And you know, the funny thing is, I mean, you got the BET awards and stuff like that, Image Awards, Soul Train Awards, stuff like that. A lot of black folks are just down those. They don't want the black awards. They want white awards. But my thing is, in my humble opinion, an award is only what you make it. So if you have a BET award, a Soul Train Award, Image Award, Trinity Award, whatever it is, you should take that and appreciate it the same as you appreciate everything else. So I don't really understand why people want to like down those kind of awards. Maybe you just want to be more like a white person. I don't really know, but I digress. Now, as far as a political commentary from Jimmy Kimmel, it wasn't really all of that. You know, he had one thing where he brought up his phone and then he tweeted the president live on camera. Like they had his phone, I guess, simulcast, so like the big screen so everybody can see it. Where he typed, where he tweeted Donald Trump, "You up?" Stupid stuff. It wasn't really funny. The award show was very boring. Very, very boring. I mean, at least the Grammys, you have some musical performances. I mean, you had that this time at the Oscar awards, but it wasn't anything like the Grammys because the Grammys was a musical show. It was about music. Now the Oscar awards was about film, so you didn't have as many people performing. But even the performances that they did have were boring. It was a boring show because realistically, how many ways can you read a cue card to say the nominees or whatever? And then the way they read it is so boring. It's like, this movie has come so far, but yet has so far to go. These are the nominees for Best Picture. It's boring. You just want to go to bed. I was watching it just to see if there was anything that I need to talk about today, or if anything I needed to, if there was any political commentary or whatever. I just want to be on top of that and just be aware. But I did not see the whole thing. I was gaming partway throughout, for like an hour or so, and then I turned it back on. But I definitely wanted to be attentive a little bit to see what happened at the end. And of course, the ending was what I expected. I expected the ending to be more like a controversy over what the best movie was, because if it was La La Land, which I thought it was going to be, then they would say, oh, Moonlight got snubbed, even though Moonlight got a bunch of awards before that, or nominations. I think it got 2 awards before that, but a bunch of nominations. And my thing is, the movie wasn't even that good, so why would you even be complaining about them not getting the best picture, even though they won 2 other awards? Even the woman that played Sharon, the main character's mom, even she said that she thought the movie wouldn't go anywhere. She thought it would be one of these passion projects that only friends and family would see. She shot her role in 3 days. So obviously it's pretty low budget and pretty quick. But she thought that it wouldn't go anywhere. So for the movie to just be basically a pet project or a passion project and get Oscar nominations is good enough. And then to actually win is even better. But then to get the best picture, I mean, that's something that you really wouldn't expect. So for anybody to say it was a snub, I mean, it doesn't really make any sense. But I knew that would happen. I knew that it would be problems either way, but I did not know that it would be Warren Beatty getting on stage and saying, or passing the crowd off to the woman and having her say the wrong name, even though it was not his fault or her fault. It was PricewaterhouseCoopers, and they actually issued an apology talking about how they issued the wrong envelope. So that's pretty much all I got. I think the awards, they had an overwhelming amount of black actors that won this year and black directors and everything else. But I think that's as a result of the Oscarssowhite, Kerfuffle, and Brouhaha from last year this time. It got big on social media, but you know what the funny thing is? I think a lot of those people that were engaging in that last year probably didn't even watch the Oscars this year. It was something fun to be a part of last year. If they wanted to be a part of it, you could kind of feel engaged. You could kind of feel part of a community, part of something that's going on. But then when it actually has to happen, as far as any kind of legislation, any kind of action to remove the white bias or whatever you want to call it from the Oscars, when that actually happens, a lot of those people that were on the ground trying to fight for it are nowhere to be seen, because it wasn't even about nothing other than just trying to have something to do, to feel like you're part of something bigger than yourself. And that's pretty much all that it is to it. And I have no more to say. So what say you? Do you think that this award show was most certainly impacted by the protests of last year, by all the crying and the butt-hurtness of last year? People talking about it was not enough actors of color, which, by the way, is just color people backwards with a of in the middle. Do you think the Oscars were done in a way this year to have more actors that were not white win? Or do you think that you just had a lot of great movies this year that just happened to have black people in it? And like I say, I've not seen too many other movies at all that were nominated, so I can't really determine what was better than what. But I know that I have seen much better movies than Moonlight. Now, if that was the best movie of the year, I find it really hard to believe. But that's my opinion. Whatever your comments are, let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.